According to Chinese state media, power rationing in China's most important hydropower hub has affected production for major car makers in Shanghai, including Tesla. Because of the extreme heat and drought that has caused a power shortage, the province has ordered most factories to close for almost a week. Welcome to Tech Heaven, and in this video we'll take a look at everything you need to know about the Chinese heatwave and how it has affected Giga Shanghai as well as other car makers. Curious to know? Let's find out. For weeks, a power outage caused by a record heatwave and accompanying drought has wreaked havoc across Sichuan, a home to 80 million people. It has dimmed skyscrapers, closed factories, darkened subways, and plunged homes and offices into rolling blackouts, forcing air conditioning to be turned off as well as killing thousands of poultry and fish at farms affected by power outages. The effects have been felt far and wide, from the neighboring megacity of Chongqing and the eastern provinces along the Yangtze River to Shanghai, the financial hub, where the iconic skyline went dark this week to save energy. The acute power shortage has come as a surprise to residents who have grown accustomed to improved living conditions and infrastructure in recent decades, in a country that prides itself on economic growth and stability. Many people associate prolonged power outages with a bygone era before China's economic rise ushered in its glitzy metropolises and lifted millions out of poverty. Climate change is now threatening to undermine that sense of security and economic growth. Despite claims that the factory is impacted by limited production as well as closure measures due to extreme weather, Tesla's Gigafactory Shanghai is still operating normally. China's heatwave and drought have pressured provincial governments to impose energy and water cutbacks. Shanghai, about 1,200 miles from Sichuan province, is home to Tesla's Gigafactory, which has already produced 1 million cars for the American electric vehicle manufacturer. The devastating environmental effects have been concentrated in the Sichuan province of south-central China. Because of the severity of the situation, cities as far as Shanghai are feeling the effects. The Sichuan provincial government prohibited the local factories from opening and extended the shutdown by 5 days. First, the area has experienced a significant decrease in rainfall, which has hampered hydroelectric plants that provide significant power to the province and the rest of China. Second, the heatwave has resulted in increased electricity consumption and a further drop in water levels, preventing energy production once more. These power production constraints have resulted in halts or slowdowns at 16 different automakers, including SAIC, China's largest manufacturer, Toyota, which has manufacturing facility in Sichuan province, and Tesla, which has a facility in Shanghai. This is the second significant slowdown for Giga Shanghai this year, following China's COVID lockdown in March. According to a recent tweet by Wu Hua, who has been continuously documenting the activity at Tesla's Gigafactory in Shanghai, the reports claiming that Tesla is affected appear to be a little off. Wu Hua shared his most recent video, which shows another Glavis arriving at Shanghai's Southport and loading up Tesla vehicles made in China. When asked if there had been a production slowdown due to the power outages, Wu Hua confirmed that Tesla's Giga Shanghai is still operating normally. He also stated that the Shanghai electricity restriction is primarily for city landscape and advertising lights and will not affect industrial electricity consumption. So, for the time being, Tesla's Giga Shanghai is operating normally and is not being impacted by the heatwave's restrictions. Tesla's suppliers, according to Wu Hua, are likely to be affected, but Tesla has enough parts on hand. He stated that the power outages are primarily in China's southwest, while the country's east has a normal power supply. The companies asked the Shanghai government to assist their Sichuan suppliers who have been affected by power outages. Shanghai's economic planning agency has requested that Sichuan increase power supply to these businesses, which include Chengdu Yinli Auto Parts. SAIC and Tesla also petitioned the Shanghai city government to support. And while the city requested that more power be sent from Sichuan province, many criticized the move because the remaining power was being used for high-priority tasks within the province. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. Getting back to the topic, the current heatwave is the worst China has seen in more than 60 years of records. It lasted 70 days, sweeping across large areas of the country and shattering temperature records at hundreds of weather stations. Because of the sheer size of China's economy and population, any significant disruption in its power supply can result in massive loss and suffering. According to experts, the Sichuan power outage demonstrates that China's energy system is far less robust than it needs to be to meet the growing challenges posed by climate change. Some believe the industry is on the right track toward reform, while others are concerned that in order to secure energy supply, it will build more coal-fired power plants, jeopardizing China's pledges to reach peak carbon by 2030 and carbon neutrality by 2060. What caused the power outage? Sichuan is famous for its abundant water resources and relies heavily on hydropower. It is located along the upper reaches of the Yangtze, China's longest and largest river. The river has shrunk so dramatically that 70 cities have declared drought conditions. Furthermore, because the river feeds into China's largest hydropower dam, the Three Gorges Dam, power generation will most likely decrease there as well, prolonging the power shortage and rationing. Droughts and heat waves like this one are likely to become more common as the threat of climate change grows. It is unclear how China will avoid similar situations in the near future unless energy generation systems are significantly modified. Reservoirs across Sichuan are drying up due to high temperatures and a prolonged drought, crippling hydropower stations that account for nearly 80% of the province's power generation capacity. According to the state grid, Sichuan's hydroelectric capacity has dropped by 50% this month. Meanwhile, the unrelenting heat has driven up power demand to unprecedented levels as residents and businesses turn on their air conditioners to stay cool. Sichuan, being a manufacturing hub for semiconductors, lithium batteries, and auto parts, had to shut down most of its factories. The move, according to the local government, was made to ensure the residents had enough power. The province extended the power outage for another 5 days as high temperatures hovered around 40 degrees Celsius and there was little rain. Power rationing has already had an impact on major international corporations. Toyota, which has a factory in Chengdu, has suspended operations at the facility. Foxconn Sichuan factory has also been impacted, though the company claims the impact is not significant. BOE Technology, a major manufacturer of LCD and OLED panels, also announced last week that it would have to make production adjustments in Sichuan due to the power outages. Shanghai's request for preferential treatment for its automakers sparked outrage on Chinese social media, with many users calling it inappropriate and shameless at a time when tens of thousands of people in Sichuan are without power. Sichuan is ramping up its coal power plants to relieve the energy crisis, raising concerns among environmentalists about the possible increase in greenhouse gas emissions. The region's largest coal-fired power plant, Sichuan Guanggang Power Generation, has been running at full capacity for 21 days in a row. Its power generation for the month is expected to increase 313% over the previous year. In addition, the province is mining more coal. Since mid-August, Sichuan Coal Industry Group, the country's largest coal miner, has more than doubled its thermal coal production. The world will be influenced by China's response to its energy crisis. The 1.4 billion people country is the world's largest CO2 emitter, accounting for 27% of global emissions. However, some analysts believe that increasing coal capacity is only part of China's response to much-needed energy reform. Following last year's power outages, the Chinese government took significant steps to increase pricing flexibility and the profitability of clean energy. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. But before that, we'd like to know your thoughts about the Chinese heatwave. Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.